Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and welcome back to another thrifty video. Today we're going to be covering everything I sold online in the month of August. So as I'm filming this, we're right at the beginning of September 2024. So we're looking back at August 2024 to see what I made as a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, whatnot. I resell clothing online for a living. I also do some home goods. You'll see a few of those in today's video. But we're going to cover the things that sold for the most money. So that way you guys can see some good items, some good brands that sold for over $50 for me this month. So that way you guys can take those brands, remember them, and then also find them out in the wild yourself if you're looking either to resell or for personal use. So if that sounds good to you, then make sure to give today's video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, but let's jump into it. So this month went a lot better for me than July. July was a really hard month, the worst month I've had probably in years. And then August, I actually made, I think, about $1,200 more than I did in July. So I saw a giant tick up in sales. I'm hoping you guys did too if you are sellers as well. And I do know there's always a downturn in the summer for reselling, just for like clothing in general. But going back into school season, August is usually where things turn around, and then it gets better and better up until like Christmas time, January. So, and this is also the time where we're selling things that are more hefty. We're selling coats and jackets and jeans and boots and things like that. So I'm expecting this part of the year to do really well. Q4 is bound to be better than Q3, that's for sure. So we're gonna start with some $50 sales, and I'll work my way up to the highest sale I had this last month, and it'll be fun, and we'll take you guys along the way, shall we? Okay, let's start with the first thing. So the first thing that sold for $50, I'm gonna include a few $50 sales just right at that. I usually like to go above $50 for these types of videos, but you know what? I feel like a $50 sale to me is awesome. I love selling anything for $50 is a win. So let's look at this. The first thing is this vintage JLC Y2K 100% leather, full zip leather jacket in burgundy. This sold for $50. I believe I sold this on eBay. I made $42.64 after all the fees and shipping and all of that jazz. This is something that I picked up in the bins. So anytime I pick something up in the Goodwill bins, I'm paying per pound and not per item. So I think my cost of goods this trip was around $1.50. So I had $1.50 into this, sold it for $50, and made $40 of net profit, which is awesome. And then we have this Levi Strauss 90 Sherpa trucker jacket in denim. It was a size 3X. I think I also picked this up in the bins, not on the same trip, but yeah, I did. It was in my best things I ever found in the bins video. That was a good video. But this is a size 3X. Levi Strauss has the Sherpa lining, super cool piece. And I knew that all of those would be great factors, and I was expecting it to sell heading into winter and fall time. So sold for $50 on eBay. We made $43.46, which again is great. Then next up, another $50 sale was this new at Tags Beyond Yoga. It was this little space dye refocused cropped tank sports bra, and it was in a size large. So size large is super important there. I haven't sold a ton of Beyond Yoga. It's not something I find very often, and I just find that it's sometimes hard to move quickly. So I listed that in June. It sold in August. It was a pretty, not too long turnaround. The JLC and Levi Strauss also were pretty fast turnarounds. So if it sold for $50 on Poshmark, I made $40. Not too bad, and I don't remember where I got that. I think I got that at a Nordstrom sale for like $10 or something. Next up, these Hudson Remy coated high waist pants. These sold in a bundle to my lovely friend, Judy. Judy is a great supporter. She watches my videos. She buys for me. I appreciate you so much if you're watching this. So this was in a bundle with this pair of Rothy's I just picked up in the bins recently. So both of these were $50 sales. She bundled 3 items. All 3 of them sold for great prices for me, right around $50. I gave her a discount since she bundled 3 things together. The Hudson Remy coated high-waisted pants I got at Goodwill for $7.99. The Rothy's I found in the bins for $3. And the last piece was this Morella stunning floral architectural dress, which was beautiful, which sold for $56 in that bundle. So all 3 of those pieces sold for around $50. We make around $40 from each one. I paid $7.99 for the dress, I paid $7.99 for the pants, and then I paid $3 for the Rothy's. So what, that's $8.16 and 3, so $19, so around $20 in cost of goods, and I sold all of it for $120 of profit, so not bad. $100 net profit at the end of the day. That's a lot of math thrown yeah, real quick in the morning if you're watching this in the morning. But yes, it's still good. Okay, next, a Bowden Marisol jacquard quilted dress. This was a pretty small size, and I've had this for a while, so it's been sitting, but it finally sold for $50. I think that was my full asking price. I'm in the middle of doing this whole inventory of everything that I'm selling, and I feel like that's something I probably would have pulled out and maybe lowered the price or gotten rid of at this point, but it sold for $50, and so I'm very happy with that. And then this was a pretty fast sale too. This really cute Nordstrom black faux fur fluffy sheepskin handbag. It was a purse with a kiss clamp, so cute. I picked that up at that private designer sale I went to, where I went to that lady's house and just like found all this designer stuff. Absolutely crazy video. That sold for $52 on eBay, and we made $42.28. I think my cost of goods was like $2 a piece on those items. So $40 again of net profit. So awesome. Next up, this pair of Sorel Cameron platform leather shoes. I found 2 pairs of these at my favorite Goodwill the other day. And I love going to that Goodwill, but these sold for $52. And so after Poshmark took its fees, $41.60 gross profit. And I have the other pair still listed. So I paid, I think, around $7 for each pair. It might have been a little less than that, but $41 profit. Awesome. I think this might have been from the same trip. I picked up this pair of Madewell kickoff trainer sneakers. They had these such cute, like leather, different colored patches all over the shoes. Adorable. They sold for $55 on Poshmark. We made $41.98. It's okay. So those are all the things that are very similar. $55 to $50. So around $40 in profit for each piece. And I told you where they're from, of course. But now as we head up the list, we're going to get in the 60s and then higher and higher. So those were all $50 sales. Awesome sales. Love to see them. I appreciate having them. But before we head into the even higher sales with the even better brands to know, I think we'll take this moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Vendoo. Without Vendoo, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. I'm a one-woman show. My time is super valuable to me. I had a little bit of help from my host daughter during the summer, and Jeremy helps me as much as he can, but sometimes it's just me doing this thing. I'm the one making the videos. I'm the one sourcing, I'm the one listing, I'm the one sending parcels out. I have all of these things to do. And so if I can save time and money in any way I can, it's super important to me. And so that's why I use Vendoo. I definitely don't have time to sell on more than one platform on my own. I need help. I cannot just copy and paste everything over and create all these drafts on different sites. Like, it's so much to keep track of. For me, it's so nice and so easy for me to just have one site where I can cross-list to multiple places, which have helped me make more money than I ever had before I started cross-listing. And so that's why I use Vendoo. And I definitely recommend it if you are looking at expanding your business. If you also are maybe a one-woman show, maybe you have a lot of kids running around at home. Like, I know it's hard and it's hard to multitask, but it makes it a lot easier to be able to sell on more than one platform. I couldn't do it without it. Like, I physically could not do it anymore without having something like Vendoo to help me out. So if you guys want to try out their cross-listing software, if you want to try out Vendoo, and also it will detect when you sell something on one of those platforms and take it down from the other platforms. So helpful. If you want to try it out, you can do it for free. They don't even require you to put in your credit card information at the beginning. And then if you decide that you do want to use it, if you use my link, you'll get 25% off your first month. So thank you so much to Vendoo for working with me on today's video and being a continued sponsor of my channel, somebody that believes in me and allows me to bring you guys free content. We love that. So again, thank you. If you guys are considering using them, use my link. Here we go. Next up, we have this Lily Pulitzer Bartlett sweatshirt dress in onyx, a gray size, a large. I got this at a garage sale. I think I paid $10 for it. It sold for $58.49 on Mercari, which we are so happy about. Hit my chai. Because it sold on Mercari, that $58.49 is literally $58.49 of profit for me. So no fees, nothing taken out of it. I just made $58.49. Next sale also came from Mercari as well. This was a new Tags pair of UGG women's O Fluffy Tech cozy fluffy slippers in cream, size 7. I bought these at my favorite Goodwill the other day. I love finding shoes there. It's just so good. They sold for $60, and because it was Mercari, I made $60. So that was a great sale. This next item sold pretty quickly. It sold within a month, and it sold on Poshmark. A Coach Y2K vintage pink and brown soufflette satin hobo bag. It was a set. I got this at a garage sale again. I picked it up. I think I paid, like maybe $8 for it for both of the pieces. It sold for $60 on Poshmark, so we made $48 after the fees and all of that. But I thought that was a great price, and also it was such a cute bag. It also had some stains on it at first, but then we just washed it up with a little bit of water and everything came right out, so it was awesome. But I love finding those vintage and Y2K pieces. Those have been really selling well for me, especially in the bags. But then after it, this is another garage sale Coach find. This I listed though in February. So the last piece I listed in July and sold in August. This piece I listed in February and sold in August. So it's been sitting around definitely for a lot longer. It was this Coach Bramble Rose Floral Crossbody bag. I don't know why it took so much longer to sell because it was a beautiful bag. I expected it to sell quickly actually, but it sold for $64 eventually. And I sold it, I think, on eBay. So we made $51.20. Then a very exciting find. We're in the top 10 at this point. This was something I picked up. Saw the sell-through rate was really high on it. I got it at a garage sale for $4. And it is this Orange Theory OT Burn 2.0 workout band. And it came in the box with the band and the charging cable. It was a great pickup. A lot of them were selling for around $80. And I saw that the sell-through rate was really good. So I grabbed that. It sold for $65 within, I think, the first 2 or 3 days I had it listed. And so from $65, we made $58.77, which is amazing. I was very happy with that. So we made $54, basically, $55 from that pickup from garage sale, and it went fast. I know that Orange Theory, not all the things, like the clothing from Orange Theory, I feel like has not been selling for as much money lately. But if you find workout equipment, specialty workout bands, specialty workout things, like sometimes they can be worth really good money, especially if you look them up. Take your time, look things up, and check into that sell-through rate. Okay, next up, another eBay sale. This New with Tags Mistook Longline Flower Buttons cardigan. And if you guys watched that garage sale where I found $8,000 of retail price Mistook and St. John, it was a crazy garage sale, then you'll recognize this piece. I found this at that garage sale. It was $4. I sold it on eBay for $75. So from $75, we made $66.23. Leaving us with about $62 of net profit, which is amazing. I'm lucky and very blessed to be getting such high profit margins in the things that I'm selling. I know not everybody has that opportunity, and I really feel blessed by it. I feel thankful that I'm able to find such good items at pretty low cost of goods around where I live. Next up, another Poshmark sale is this Tadashi Shoji vintage 90s black velvet dress with the illusion neckline. Gorgeous. I think I saw this the other day listed online in the shorter version of it with the same like top. I thought that was so cool. But it's vintage Tadashi Shoji. It was sold at Saks Fifth Avenue. Super cool piece. And it sold for $75. We made $60 on Poshmark from that sale. Again, something I would highly recommend is looking at vintage dresses. Anything, this is another thing. Anytime I go into a Goodwill, anytime I go into a thrift store, if I'm looking in the dress section, anything that is a formal gown, I will look at no matter what. Sometimes they're not worth very much, but 9 times out of 10, even if it's a no-name brand, a formal gown of any sort is usually worth good money. Tadashi Shoji happens to be also a nice brand, a designer brand, and it has been sold at places, like Saks Fifth Avenue in the past. And so a vintage piece can sometimes do really well, especially depending on how unique it is. I love selling gowns. I think it's so fun. Next up is a bins pickup. Love going to the bins. Thursday Boot Company. Love this brand. An amazing sale this month was the Thursday Boot Company. These are Duke men's black leather Chelsea boots. They were size 12 and a half. I got those in the bins for $3, which was such a great steal. I would pay up for these at a normal thrift store, and they sold for $75 on Poshmark, and then we made $60. So I believe, again, I said I paid $3, $57 net profit. Amazing. And then we're in the top 2 sales now. We have 2 left. This one, the second highest, was this Anya Hindmarch Dancing Queen leather trim Puma top handle bag, which I got at that luxury designer private estate sale kind of a thing that I went to where she was moving and she invited me into her home. I paid around $2 or $3 for this. It sold for $79. And so we made $75.14, right around $72-ish net profit, which is awesome. And then the very last thing, the highest price, the best sale of the month. It is under $100 this month, but I sold more items this month than I did last month, helping to contribute to much higher sales than I had the month before. But this was this formal gown that I found in the bins. It's this Escape, which is a brand I never pick up, but I loved the dress. Escape floral applique skirt, formal ball gown. It's a size 8, this gorgeous navy blue dress with all these little applique flowers all over the skirt. It was gorgeous. It sold for $85 on Poshmark. We made it $68. So now my highest profit margin, the highest profit margin was on the Anya Hindmarch Dancing Queen bag. But this formal dress, I made what? I paid for it in the bid. So it was probably $1.50 for me. And so we made $67 net profit, which I still think is amazing. Especially when you have something like a gown, to have such a wide profit margin is amazing, because usually people are going to be asking you to pay more for something like that. So yeah, those are the top sales of the month, and I'm really pleased with those. If you guys had a fun sale, let me know in the comments down below. And as a reward for watching through and seeing all these amazing pieces, now I'll tell you how much money I actually made this month. So from August, my total sales across all my platforms, from Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and whatnot, was $3,620.41, which for me, huge win. I am chasing that elusive just $4,000 sale number. I want it to just be $4,000 every month. And I am working actively. Like, I raised my month-over-month sales by so much last month, but I still want to, I'm going to get there. I know I will. I just need to keep on putting in the time and the work. But I also spent the last 2 weeks with a huge bad sinus infection, still recovering from it. I have been so sick. So I'm hoping that now that I have some more energy, I'll be able to work even harder going into September. But I sold 77 items this month, not including my whatnot items. And then my profit from all of those different sites after all the fees were taken out was $3,065.09. So if you guys have been watching for a while, you know I do this whole thing full time, but I'm also making YouTube videos, and I work with different brands and do sponsorships. So all of that wrapped together does everything that I do for work. And so I made $3,600 in sales, which is awesome. And then I also have all of these other things, all these other pots I'm stirring too. So it's really fun. It's good. It's good work. And so I'm happy with it. I think that was a great number, and I'm hoping that it'll just keep on climbing up as I work hard and try to share this journey with you guys. So yep, let me know down below if you guys had a good sale this month that you want to share, any brand that surprised you, or things that you found that were just so cool that you have to share with somebody. That's why I started this channel in the first place. I just want to share my finds with people, you know? And I think this is a great time and place for you to do that. So thank you again to Vendoo for working with me on today's video. I really do appreciate working with them so much. And I would hope that if you guys are thinking about using a service like them, that you would choose to use them. And if you use my link, you'll get 25% off your first month. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.